All right, we recording? Okay, bet. Let's go. We're back. Welcome to another episode of HadiBeTalking, the podcast, whatever you want to call it, where every episode the goal is trying to get better. And let me tell you how I'm going to do it this time. This episode, we're going to have an actual script. So I'm actually not just going to freestyle throughout this whole episode. We're actually going to stick to a certain subject or certain subjects and hopefully transition very well. Not like, we did in other episodes. But yeah, and then hopefully next episode, we're going to be even better than this episode. That's going to be the goal. Kind of have like a snowball effect going. And yeah, I know I've been gone for a little bit, but I've been posting a lot on my main channel. So, I've been posting those reactions, trying to, get some hope for the Clippers, bro. Because ever since the last episode, it felt like we were on a slump, bro. We were not really doing nothing real. We were just losing. We had to deal with a lot of injuries. I thought Kawhi Leonard was out for good, bro, and I was scared. I was scared for my life, I'll be honest. So, and then we lost Russ, of course. That was a dagger in your heart. Because bro was going to make all first team all defense. Hopefully he can still get that 65 game requirement. Because if you leave him off that first team all defense, we're going to have problem, NBA. Please. But it's all good. Y'all gonna give him that ring. So it doesn't even matter. All right. Now, and then we also have to deal with Norman Powell, which I didn't even know he was injured. It happened on Friday against the Pelicans, I think. I think that's when they played. And he went for a loose ball and ended up like he kind of hurt his lower leg or something like this. I don't really know. Just please be healthy, Norman Powell, man. We need you, bro. We need you. And the fact that there are so many injuries are happening now, but let's just hope it's minor injuries, bro. I can't deal with this, bro. I don't have the mental capacity, and I don't think neither do you, bro. As a Clippers fan, you're going to be a Clippers fan this playoffs. Watch. So, yeah, we have been in a bad spot because we were actually fighting for the number 1 spot, and now we're really just trying to keep that number 4 spot, if I'm being honest, bro. The Pelicans are right on our ass, bro. What are we going to do? I just hope they're going to lose, bro. I hope the Pelicans are going to lose, and then we can, start our 5-game winning streak that I mentioned in the reaction. You're going to have to go and check it out. And, that's not going to happen if we lose against the Hawks without Trae Young, without Big O, without Sadiq Bey. Like, we really did that, bro. Like, that's a game I'm going to forget. That's a game that never happened. Never happened. Never will ever, be brought up again. It's going to be, once they put out those we done with the 2020s, yeah, nah, that's going to get brought up again. So let me tell you right now, that game never existed. We're going to wipe it away. Showering on everything, bro. I have to use everything to just delete this damn game off the internet. Because I was so concerned about the Clippers, I had to see, I really wanted that win against the Pelicans. That was my most important, gripe from last week. Because I really wanted that 3-1. I think they lead against us 3-1 in the regular season series. And that's not good. Because I really wanted to assert that dominance. I wanted to show them that, okay, maybe they can guard us instead of me feeling like we can't guard them. That's the mindset I wanted to convey, but we couldn't do that, obviously. So now I went back to check just for my own sanity, for my security, be like, okay, even though we're down 3-1 against most of these contenders right now, let me just go back in history and see how many teams have done that or if they have a better regular season series type of stats, you know what I mean? And I went back for last year. Last year, Denver Nuggets, and I was surprised. And I really was shocked, and not in a good way, to be honest. It's really impressive what the Denver Nuggets did. Let me tell you what they did. Against the number 2 seeded Grizzlies, right? This is just regular season, series. I went just in their respective conference, playoff contending teams against the Denver Nuggets. The 2nd seeded Grizzlies, they lost 2-1, as well as the Kings, who were the 3rd seed. Now, the 4th seed, they tied against the Buns. So that's okay. They still have not lost one, by the way. And then against my Clippers, they swept us. 4-0, got us up out of there quick, clean, right? And it would have been 3-1 if it wasn't for that Paul George buzzer beater that was like a second late. If you remember that, I'm going to play the clip right here. That was like such a good shot, and it was just a second late. I think it was literally on the same night, if you remember, where Joel Embiid was shooting that full court shot against the Celtics. And unfortunately, it just didn't count, bro. Man, what a time that was, bro. And then against the 6th-seeded Warriors, they went 3-0. And then they tied the 7th and 8th seed with 2-2 the series with the Lakers and Timberwolves. Bro, they have not lost a single regular season series last year. That's crazy. And nobody has talked about this. I have not seen not one article, not one Twitter post, not one Instagram post. Nobody has talked about this. Maybe I was missing it. Or maybe I thought, okay, maybe this happens all the time because it's a championship team. Then I went back in history even further to see how many teams have actually done this. And what I found out was actually really interesting. So, before we get to that, I wanted to see how the record was this year. Maybe I thought, is this just normal for them to do this? Because it's the Denver Nuggets, and we know they're just so good. When Jamal Murray and Jokic are playing, the pick and roll is unstoppable. What you going to do when Aaron Gordon's cutting the baseline, and then you have somebody, spot up shooting like KCP or Reggie Jackson somewhere, I don't even know, or Michael Porter Jr. So, looked at this year. Already, you can see there's a whole difference. OKC already is killing the Nuggets. 3-1. It's not really killing, but let me just over exaggerated. 3-1. They've already lost one regular season series so far. That's crazy. And we can't really put up the entire stats because there's still some regular season series that have to be played. Like the Timberwolves, like they only play one game against each other. I think right now as you're watching this, or I guess by the time this is recorded, they're playing right now. So yeah, that don't matter. So against the Clippers, my Clippers, they lead 2-1 right now, and we still got a game left. So hopefully we can tie that series. It's gonna be tough, bro. It's gonna be tough, but we can do it, bro. We can do it. And they lost against Sacramento, bro. 3-1. That's already 2 regular season series that they have lost. That's already different to last year, bro. Does that mean they're not as dominant? Does that mean they're not as strong? Could they not compete like last year? I don't know. Low-key, I hope so. On paper, technically, I don't know how good the stat is, just measuring how good a team is, but technically, I really wanted the Clippers to be what the Nuggets were last year. Like, that's what I envisioned this year for the Clippers, to just win every regular season series, to assert that dominance, to make people know, to let people know that really, really mean business, bro. Like, we're going to take care of everybody in this league, bro. Everybody in playoff contention, you better worry about us, and not the other way around. I don't have to worry about you. Meanwhile, T. Lue said, well, you don't want to see OKC. Okay, great. We lost against OKC that series, 2-1. That's cool. Now they go to the Pelicans. I think they're up 3-1. So what, we don't want to see the Pelicans now? Cool. Timberwolves, we lost that series, I think. Or we're tied. I forgot. I think we lost. So what? So we're just not going to see any contender? The Nuggets? If we don't tie that series, like what are we going to do, bro? We going to go to the East? That was kind of a dagger in my heart because I was like, okay, well, this did not help at all. So I went back in time to see how many championship teams actually, did this. How many teams have taken care of business like the Denver Nuggets have, where they have not lost a regular season series or they've at least tied it. That's what I went for. And I went back, and I've noticed the 2022 Warriors, we're going to get back to that later. I have noticed that the 2008-2009 Lakers were the last team who were able to do that, where they would not lose a regular season series or they would just at least tie it. So it took 14 years for that to happen again. And it really was hella close, especially in 2014-2015, where the Golden State Warriors almost did the exact same thing, where they have tied or at least won every regular season series, except for the Spurs. They won 2-1 against the Warriors, wow, which is insane. Like, and the 2014-15 year is such an interesting era for basketball, because I think that's really when the switch happened from, Steph, basically blossoming into that star. He was already, like, really good, but you get what I mean. That was their first championship. I know I was not looking at any, like, what ifs. If Kyrie got hurt, if this person, had this going on, I'm just looking at pure regular season stats. No what ifs, nothing like that. No play-in, anything like this. Just 1 through 8, in your respective conference, who was the better team like this? How many regular season series have you won? Now back to the Lakers in 08-09. This is some weird coincidence that has happened, because if we compare the two teams, the Denver Nuggets of 2023 and the 09 Lakers, bruh. All right, let me just read this. The Denver Nuggets last year won 2-1 against the Grizzlies, who were the second seed. Meanwhile, the Lakers in 09 took care of the second seed 3-1. Okay, that's not really that crazy of a correlation. Now, let me tell you about this one. The third seed, Denver Nuggets, last year took care of them 2-1. Cool. Now, the exact same thing happened against the Spurs in 09 against the Lakers. So the Lakers won 2-1 against the Spurs. Okay, so far same thing. That's one thing. Then we have the series tie against the 4th seed. The Denver Nuggets tie against the Buns. And now the Lakers tied also against the Blazers. That's a weird coincidence, right? And then you go to the 5th seed, where Denver Nuggets swept us last year, and the 09 Lakers swept the Rockets, who were the 5th seed. That is a weird coincidence. Then you go on to the 6th seed, where the Denver Nuggets won 3-0 against the Warriors. And what you expect? The Lakers in 09, 3-0 against the Mavs. That is crazy. That's a weird coincidence. And then once you get to the 7 and 8 seed, that's when you kind of, see some differences. Because the Denver Nuggets last year, they tied both series. And in 09, the Lakers actually won 3-1, 2-1. So it's just a weird thing. What was that? Like four like alignment, same thing happened. That is weirdly. And it's the fact that both of those teams were the last two teams to win or tie all the regular season series against the teams that mattered the most. That is an interesting thing. I don't know. Is that just a weird... Is that like an ESPN type of stat? I don't know if I just made that up. But it's interesting to see. Like, I always like those weird random facts, especially like when it's like, oh, this person hit a buzzer beater on the same day last year. Or like this person's birthday is the exact same day as somebody else. I don't know. I like those random facts. It's kind of fun. But I don't like those weird ESPN type of stats. Okay. Anyway, but it's weird similarities here and there, and it's also funny how the Lakers have the dynamic duo of like they got Pau Gasol, they got Kobe, and then the Nuggets, they got Murray and Jokic. And it's like, what team would you rather have? Like, would you have the 09 Lakers or the 2023 Nuggets? I don't really know. Y'all could debate that. It's an interesting comparison because you have to think about matchups and everything. Like, who's gonna guard this person? Who's gonna guard Jokic? Like, Pau Gasol and Jokic. That's a cool matchup to see. Or even like Kobe. Like, Kobe gonna get like 60 points. Somebody gonna guard him regardless. But yeah, that also makes me think about the Clippers. Like, okay, so they got that duo to think about in the playoffs. Like, can we really do it? Like, I know we got all these type of players, but like, it's just all about the performance at the end of the day, bro. Like, I really want this ring, bro. Like, I'm desperate for this ring. I just need it. Like I've told you this, I think, before. I don't care what happens in the next couple of years, bro. Like, we could lose in the first round. We could not even make the playoffs for like 5-10 years. As long as we get this ring this year. That's all I want. That's all I want. Just this year, bro. You can take everything else next year. I don't even care, bro. I got the ring ceremony right there. We got the ring right there. Finals MVP might be in the back. That's all I need for Russ, of course. Now, speaking of champions, right? 2022 Warriors. Let me tell you all their regular season stats. And I might just be overreacting. I might be, overhyping this stat, but it's something interesting to look at, in my opinion, because how many times have you seen somebody mention this? And maybe it doesn't matter, so nobody has mentioned this, but let me tell you this. Okay, so Warriors, only in 2022, they have not won the majority of the regular season series. They won 2 of those, and the rest were either ties or losses. Because look at this. The second-seeded Memphis Grizzlies, they won 3-1 against the Warriors, right? That's already 1 loss against you. Then you have Dallas Mavericks, who were the 4th seed, who also won 3-1 against the Warriors. So you already have lost 2 regular season series. Kind of like the Clippers. I think we also lost 2 against those top seeds. Then you have Denver, who was the 6th seed, which is, that was the year where Murray got injured, Porter injured, and Jokic was basically alone. The Denver Nuggets still won 3-1 against the Warriors. That's 3 regular season series that you have lost. And you still end up being the champions. That's crazy. And then you tie, with the 7th seed, and you tie with the 1st seed, the Phoenix Suns. So that gives me hope. Because we're kind of looking a bit similar, and I know it took Steph a legendary run to even overcome the Celtics, bro. Like, the Celtics were on paper the better team. Technically, I think a lot of people were actually betting on the Celtics and stuff like that, and because they really had the better talent. But you can't teach Steph Curry type of movements, bro. You can't teach nothing like that. And you could be like, okay, well, not every team has a Steph Curry type of performance every night, or in those type of finals games, especially when the lights are the brightest. And I'm here to argue. We got the Clippers. What's up? Yeah, I got Russ. What's up? Yeah, I'm going to argue. My favorite player, and arguably, bro, what does Steph do better than Russ? Okay, now let me chill. No, don't even answer that. But we can do that. That gave me hope. When I was scrolling, I was looking through the whole, like the regular season series. I seen the Nuggets. I said, yeah, it's done. I said, it's over, bro. Bro, they won all of the regular season series in 2023. They didn't lose once. That's crazy. And then even in the playoffs, they only lost 2 games? No, 4 games. I think they only lost 4 games. Yeah, 2 against the Suns, 1 against Timberwolves, and 1 against the Heat. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but the Boston Celtics, I've looked at it this year because they seem like the most dominant team ever, bro. Obviously, we can't look at every single regular season series because, first of all, the spots aren't even, in the right place yet. The regular season's not over, so we can't even look at that. But it seems like the Boston Celtics are on pace to not even lose a regular season series. The only one that they possibly could still lose is against the Milwaukee Bucks, which they only have played 1 time against, and they won that game. So they got like 3 left, I think. So it could be a 3-1 series. I don't even know. But then we can talk about the Knicks, who are in 4th seed. Boston got them the fuck up out of there, bro. My bad. I didn't mean to curse. 4-0 sweep, got the Knicks out of there. 2-1 against the Magic, 3-2 against the Pacers, and the Heat are out of there, bro. 3-0. And 2-1 against Cleveland. Like, yeah, now the Boston Celtics are looking like what the Denver Nuggets were looking like last year, bro. That's how good they are. All right, moving on, we have to talk about the game winners that happened a couple of days ago for you when you're watching this. Bruh, Kyrie Irving and Bam Adebayo had a game winner in the same day. It was like not even an hour apart. The crazy thing about this is, Kyrie Irving's game winner, bro. That was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I had to mention it in the Clippers reaction, bro. I had to play the clip. Like, what the hell? These are my rivals, bro. I have to be rooting against them. I can't, bro. When he's fasting like me, bro, it's like that was giving me motivation, bro. I was seeing him like he shot, bro. You have to understand, this is over Jokic, by the way. They drew up a play at the timeout, and I think Kyrie, like, what were you talking to the coach? What was Jason Kidd? He was like, bro, just take the ball and just do whatever you can, bro. Like, I don't even know. What do you tell the coach? This was some of the most nastiest things I've ever seen. Bro, bro, what the hell? He went to the top of the. Oh my goodness, bro! I can't even explain it, bro. It's just so good, bro. You have to watch it to really, truly realize how ridiculous of a shot it was. He went with the left, put a little spin on it over Jokic, whose hand was like right. Like, how do you do that? How? I don't understand. It was so insane. It looked like, bro, if you have watched the reactions of the Mavs players, they looked like he missed the shot. That's how much of a disbelief it was, bro. Everybody was like this. They were like, oh no. Like, there was like this. Like, it was, what the what was that? That was one of the most crazy things I've ever seen. I'm so glad I've witnessed two of his buzzer beating game winners, because he had one against Toronto, and that was like last year, and then now this one, which is so insane, bro. And I know it's his left hand, and technically he's skilled with both hands, but regardless, with basketball, relax. It's a difficult shot to make, because he was driving the wrong way, like he was going left, shooting like what the bro. I'm gonna have to recreate that in real life. I have to, bro. I don't know how many attempts I'm gonna make. I'm probably gonna go 0 for 100, but I don't care. But that was just an insane. But I feel bad for Bam Adebayo, because his game winner was pretty cool, but it was against the Pistons, bro. Like, what you really doing, being an intense game against the Pistons? Because at first, when I saw Bam Adebayo hitting the game winner, I was like, okay, they're probably, fighting for, against the Pacers. That's a really important game, so I can understand why we'll go down to the wire. And what happened, bro? Y'all going up against the Pistons? Now, a game winner is a game winner regardless, right? No matter what team it is, but it's still, it kind of gets underwhelmed when you're talking about, okay, bro, you against the Pistons, bro. What are we doing, bro? Meanwhile, Kyrie Irving's game winner has so much more of an impact, like as a move, as a skill, a shot like that, to pull it off like this, that late, bro. I don't even know, bro. Like, it's just a difference, because the Mavs are fighting for a spot right there. Meanwhile, Bam Adebayo was, the Heat were like, what were y'all doing, bro? Playing against the Pistons? It would have been more impressive if the Pistons hit a game winner on the Heat, because that's more impressive technically, because the team is not as good. You know what I mean? But, regardless, it's a good three, because nobody expected Bam to shoot a three. But I'm still talking about the Kyrie one more. Because, Bam might shoot that more often, but we might never have seen, that type of Kyrie Irving shot ever again. Bro, that was... Like, if you could... Like, you could paint that, bro. You can paint it, bro. That's art. I don't know, man. I could talk about it all day, but I might just shed a tear. I don't even know. Man, bro, Kyrie, the skill thing with Kyrie, bro, like, he's always been that. Like, he's always just, I'm glad he's getting, more love now. But, I remember those days in Brooklyn where everybody was hating because, oh, it's his fault. Like, bro, Kyrie Irving always wants to play. I hate that narrative that he doesn't want to play. Like, that's stupid, bro. If the front office is not acting, the way they should be acting towards, or at least respecting their players, what do you think I'm going to do, bro? I can't bring up old stuff anymore about the Nets, like, about the Celtics and stuff like that. Like, bro, just let it go, bro. Let it go. Stop this narrative that Kyrie doesn't want to play. When the Nets had their vaccine restriction, whatever, he pulled up to every away game. What you think he was doing? He was hooping, put up 60 points against the Magic. 35 minutes, franchise high. You told me he want to play? Like, what are y'all talking about? But that was the weirdest narrative I've ever seen in my life, bro. And then last year, he was still playing so much good basketball. I think he only sat out like 2 games because he tried to get traded from Brooklyn because the front office was trash, bro. Stop this narrative, bro. Not trying to hear this. Now, even though it was an impressive win for the Mavs, this was kind of a terrible. Like, I looked at the box score. I was like, yeah, nah, this is not it. This is not it. Everybody who's not, like, Luka and Kyrie were the only people who were hitting threes. They hit 9 threes. Meanwhile, their other teammates, the other 12 players on the roster, 13, sorry, I can count. 13 players from the roster went a combined 0 for 13 from 3. This is not it, bro. Like, this is a cool, little win for them. But, like, I think even the Nuggets should know, like, bro, this is not gonna, you can't sustain this, bro. This is not a good night. Even Jokic had an off game. And other than the Mavs are 12th in threes and, across the league, which is, the thing is, I looked at that, at the 3-point percentages, throughout teams. And the difference is not that much, but it's by a 2%. So I think the number one team is shooting 39%. I think it's the Thunder or something like that. And the Mavs are shooting 73.9%. It's such a crazy difference, I think. Or maybe I was looking at the wrong stat. I don't know. I could be wrong. It's a tough spot to be in, bro. You don't want to be 12, in threes, bro. But it's not even that much of a difference. But 2%, and you drop down 10 spots. It's crazy. It's kind of like how the West is going right now. So yeah, I don't know. Like, imagine if the Nuggets went up against the Mavericks, right? You can't obviously count out Luka or Kyrie, because I'm not going to do it. But this is not a good game. And let's say Jokic has a better game, because he went like 6 for 16. He still got some assists off. Like, no, and especially in the playoffs, we know Murray, what he gonna do in the playoffs, bro. We know, averaging 30. That's, I think, what he did the entire last year, bro. Jokic, averaging almost a triple-double. I'm so glad he did, bro. I hope, listen, I'm gonna sound like a hater, bro. I love Jokic. I love his game, everything. Just stay away from triple-doubles, bro. Him and Luka, bro. Can y'all move, bro? This is a record y'all should not mess with, okay? I'm gonna be, every time I see Jokic get like 9 assists, 10 rebounds, I'm like, yes. Am I a hater for that? I don't know. Y'all let me know, bro. Let's just, let the legacy live on, okay? Nobody gonna break that. Nobody gonna break that record, bro. No, sir. Not gonna let that happen, bro. But, hey, if the Mavs wanna knock out the Nuggets, hey, I'm here for that. Because that's gonna be easier for us as the Clippers, because we don't really match up well with anybody. But we can go on insane runs that nobody can manage to handle. If that makes sense, bro. Like, it's a different type of vibe, I can't wait for the playoffs. That's really what I wanted to do. It's going to be a shorter episode today, but I got to the point, okay? That's all that matters, bro. It's going to be, less filler stuff and more about the quality. I don't know. I don't really know how much people take from this or anything like this. I just wanted to try, at least stick to the subject. I still kind of freestyle at the end right there, but it doesn't matter, bro. Like, we're still improving, and I don't really care, in 50 episodes, we're going to be, checking in, it's going to be a different vibe. It's going to be a different type of podcast, okay? It's going to be more improvement, but hopefully, this episode was a bit better. I know it's a lot of cuts, but that's because I was trying to stick to the script and not go all the way off topic, because that was actually really tough to do. I had a hard time doing that because, bro, I can drift off in so many directions. I'm like, no, let me just try to stick to this. I went and looked like 2 hours for these damn stats because it kind of took a long time to just write all this down, but it was fun regardless, and I can't wait for episode 4, which is hopefully going to be sooner than later. I don't want to ever have that break again like I did from episode 2, because there was a lot of stuff that happened, but I couldn't really talk about it because I was stupid. Anyway, Kyrie is the GOAT. I thought the script was going to be enough for like 40 minutes, but I'm not even recording for 40 minutes, so it don't matter. Love y'all. I'm see you next time. And don't forget, Clippers in 5. Also, check out the main channel and the gaming channel. All the other channels, bro. It's a lot of fun over there. And, once I'm not posting here, I'm over there. So anyway, love y'all. And don't forget, Clippers in 5.